All right.
Hi, everybody. It's Chris O'Neill, and we got through some technical difficulties, and now we should actually be live. So we're not going to just repeat the things that we all just said. And this time our timing is going to be perfect because we know exactly what we're doing. Tonight we're going to play Return to Dark Tower with a host of super cool dudes. We have some of people from Restoration Games, some people that worked on the Return to Dark Tower board game, and some surprise guests. Tonight what we're going to do is we're going to be playing with the latest playtest version of Return to Dark Tower, which is powered by Polymorph. It's Mazes compatible, and there's some really neat stuff that's going on in the game and some things that I want to show off. So we're going to really spend our time. We're going to do a couple of different scene pieces. But before we do that, I'm going to go through. We're going to let everyone introduce themselves, and then we're going to teach them how to play and you. All right. So let's start this off with Brian Neff.
Hello.
Hey, Brian.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm Brian. I'm an in-house developer at Restoration Games and one of the designers of Return to Dark Tower. And I'm looking forward to storming the tower and having a great time.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Dave.
Hello, I'm Dave Chalker. I'm a freelance game designer. I was the developer on the competitive mode for Return to Dark Tower. I'm also one of the co-designers of the upcoming Thunder Road Vendetta. And today my name and occupation will be Crowbar.
Mr. Reed.
Hi, I'm Ian Reed. I'm one of the art team people at Restoration Games. I work with Brian, even though we don't do the same job. I would be playing as Honest Tom. I'm also a longtime friend of Ninth Level Games and Chris.
Speaking of longtime friends, special guest today, Mr. Graham Gentz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Graham Gentz. I'm a game designer, a writer, and sometimes I'm a puppet. But today, you get to see my actual face, which, is a plus or a minus, depending on who you are.
It's a little awkward, Graham. Normally we are orange fairy people. So this is all good. All right. So no one here has yet gotten a chance to play Return to Dark Tower. Most of you have played some mazes. We're going to do some pieces, and we're going to focus. We're going to show. This is the screen. This is the character sheet for Return to Dark Tower, and we're going to be focused. We have a couple of different characters to show, and we're going to go through and kind of explain these pieces. Little shout out to Mazes, the shiny Mazes book. Where is what I want? I want this view. There we go. So Ian walked away just as we're about to describe on the top. So if you look at your character sheet, and everyone here, the character sheet for Return to Dark Tower actually has three primary character sections and the resolver on the left-hand side. So in all polymorph games, you are going to roll a polyhedral die, either a D4, a D6, a D8, or a D10. And you're going to try to roll the specific numbers that are on the left-hand side. So Honest Tom is our hero. He is a D6. At most, you're only going to need two. So Ian, you need two of them D6s. As a D6, you have 3 spirit. Spirit is similar to stars and mazes. This is your narrative currency to do cool stuff, and it is analogous to spirit in the role-playing game. Now, there's something different that we're doing in Return to Dark Tower that we don't do in mazes is instead of having hit points, we just have a danger stat, and this just counts up. So as you take danger and dangerous things happen, you're always going to do a danger check. That exists in some of our other polymorph games. Now, the center section of the character sheet is called the hero, and this is your primary character. So the idea for a campaign is that each player is going to have a hero and a companion. These are different characters the person can play. For this game tonight, we just have one hero and some companions, just so that we can focus on that piece. So in this situation, Ian is our hero, Honest Tom, who is a cunning spy master, and his edges are quiet, friends in low places, and charming.
So I'm the hero.
You are the hero. I'm sorry. You are the hero, Honest Tom.
Art imitates life again.
And in addition, our heroes work just like characters in other Mazes games, except for the fact that we have this thing called forces. And the forces are you have a set of retainers that act as your army or your part of the army. And so each person's hero could have a different focus. You have different kind of forces. So at the beginning of this, we have a spy ring, and that spy ring has 6 members. When you are playing a game in the situation like this, any of the other players can step in and say that they are playing members of the forces or using the forces. And unlike mazes, when you roll the crown, you roll the top of your die. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, it now says reinforce. Reinforce, when you roll the top of your die, it basically says you are going to use the forces in order to resolve that situation, the forces that are at hand. So that's Honest Tom. And then Honest Tom is on an adventure right now with his companions, Yellow Lemons, who is a talented thief who is streetwise, accurate, and keen. Accurate means that you are good with missile weapons.
Hell yeah.
Is a point of order. Keen means you have good senses. Streetwise means you can commit crimes.
Yeah, that's all true.
So Brian will be playing Yellow Lemons. And we have Crowbar. His name is his occupation. He is a cursed tomb robber. You are maze-wise and gear-wise, meaning that you know things about dungeons and you know things about machines. You are also dexterous. And you are a D6. So you have 3 spirit. And then we have no one's playing Zalamanus, but we also have a Switchgrass of Waldra, the Savage Barbarian, played by Graham. He is tough, strong, and nature-wise, and he is a D10. He only has 1 spirit, but he does have a D10. So when you collect danger, whenever you get danger, you would just track it on your character sheet, or what I like to do is to put a die there and count up. You're going to roll your die, and you want to roll higher than your existing danger. As long as you do that, everything's fine. So real easy for our friend Yellow Lemons to get into danger. Real hard for Switchgrass to get into danger. And so that's how that's going to play out. In a, excuse me, I had a tooth out today.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
So
Do you
my
have to roll against danger?
I did. I succeeded, but I got a condition called my mouth hurts.
Does that mean the game is going to be like extra trippy, Chris?
No, there will be no spiders, nor will there be teeth extraction, unless you could pull the teeth out and they could turn into spiders, which would be like typical.
Good, yes, and me, bro.
Anyway, I don't even know what to say with. In the game, when we do these pieces and you get the danger, in a regular mazes game, the expectation is it's sword and sorcery, it's dark, it's violent. You're going to die and those kind of things. In Return to Dark Tower, we are more epic heroes. That's not really the expectation. So when we get knocked down, we're out of it, or something is going to cause. The real effect is every time that we lose that. Every time that we succumb to the danger, we are going to give a piece of the seal. We're going to unlock some more seals for the adversary. And I realize I don't have an adversary sheet here. So I will get that in a moment when I have you guys all talking at each other. So, do we have any core questions about any of that activity right now?
Nope.
Okay. As the adversary, one of the things that really happens is this, and when I get to the adversary sheet in a second, it'll make a little bit more sense. We look at the adversary sheet. You know what? I'm just going to do that. Brian, why don't you talk a little bit about Dark Tower while I grab that?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Return to Dark Tower is the board game is something that we've been really excited about to sort of mesh with a role-playing game system for a while. Justin, our chief restoration officer, is really into this world, and seeing this world fleshed out in a role-playing game is a thing that he's really excited about. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but he's with us in spirit, and Ian, he's going to be watching you very closely as the hero of our adventure.
So what you're saying is I'm going to have a raise by the end of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends on how well you roll.
It's true. Depends on how good your story
Will Justin make me roll against danger?
Yes. Pretty constantly. I'm also excited to be a D4. Being a D4 is one of my favorite polymorph dice because it means that I get to live fast and die young.
You have the most narrative control, but you also are the definitely living on the edge.
Yep.
Brian, I quote you quite a bit when you say something that you said many years ago about polymorph, which is you should play your polymorph characters like you stole them.
Yep.
And that's a little less true in Return to Dark Tower, because in Return to Dark Tower we are we are playing as heroes and an expectation that we're playing a longer story over time. Whereas in Mazes, it's like, hey, if I don't get out of here, this is great. That's the place that I died. If I want to play that character again, we'll just say it took place at an earlier time. So,
Whoa.
One. Man, that's not the other one. That's not the right one either. Oh man, I got.
You've got the hero overlaid. Whoa.
Hey guys, you as you can see, we're live here in the studio. We have no idea what we're doing.
You return to Dark Tower.
I mean, I see the word die, which is.
Yeah, I was about to say the tower is underneath of us. 1 second. It's not going to work either. All right. I'm having a tough time, but I don't want to waste people's time in this. The underneath here, what you could see if I knew how to use my tools, is the adversary screen. The adversary screen has a number of different pieces. Right under Dave's face, though, you can see there's a little clock. This clock fills in. So, like when someone goes down, one of the big negatives is that you're filling these clocks in, and as they fill in, they're unlocking these seals for the adversary. And then the adversary has a set of minions, set of foes that we have set up almost identically to the way they're set up in the Return to Dark Tower board game. So the big difference being that what we've done is we've just literally taken the level of the foe in Dark Tower and said that is its danger. So we have foes of level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So like a level 5 foe is like a dragon would equate to a danger 5 monster in Mazes, which actually just is serendipitous, right? It's just one of the many things that when we started doing it, it was like, I see that these things work together. So more importantly, our good friends Honest Tom, Yellow Lemons, Switchgrass, and Crowbar are in you're in a tavern along the road in the near Switchgrass's home.
Yes.
You have all been part of an ongoing adventure. So we're gonna like drop here in. This has been in the middle, and last time we got together, you decided that the spy master, Honest Tom, was going to go on this trip, and he was going to go do this thing. And part of that gaming experience is to actually use the map. And so the book itself will have the map in it. We have just hit the stretch goal. We're going to make a poster map, which is really, really great. So if you already have the board game, you can just put that map up on the wall, or you can, you don't actually have to have the board game to have the map. And I think I can share the map. You can see that we do all this work ahead of time to make this the most compelling visual experience.
The most compelling viewership.
A lot of times, we have some more professionals that do this, but we were unable to get our regular showrunner. So you're stuck with me doing this and talking, which is just compelling television. It's really what people want to see.
The real adversary was ourselves.
You just need the basic, the actual game board.
Yeah, but I have the map right here. If I can find it.
Being a picture person at Restoration Games, I have it.
I have it on my computer right now.
Can you share it?
I can.
Yeah, you can just screen share.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you share it. That's awesome.
Hey, I'm all theater of the mind.
How do I share?
Screen?
Don't show these tips again. Cool. I don't need tips. I'm a professional.
It's that really compelling. Watch dudes pretend to know how to use their computers. Oh, here we go.
That's exactly what I had in my mind.
It's exactly what you had in your mind. You are near the plains of Wondra, near the Weeping Wastes, on your way to the Hissing Groves. There is a citadel there in the Hissing Groves, and you've passed it. This is all in the northeast quadrant.
Here we go. Yeah. Usually, I just use the app to have it just tell me what to do.
Sure, makes sense. In the Western Kingdom, so we are right here. We're on our way to the Hissing Groves, to the Citadel and the Hissing Groves. And the reason that we are headed there is our foe, the Gaze Eternal, a unknowable transdimensional evil that has taken up control of the Dark Tower. And everywhere we look, the Gaze Eternal is trying to stop us with, evil, all kinds of evil. But the last thing that happened in a game was you had gotten some information, Honest Tom, that the Gaze was hiring assassins in the Hissing Groves.
I heard they're everywhere. Streets lined with assassins.
Streets in the forest lined with assassins.
Yes. So you are along the road. You've come to a tavern in the forest. And the option that you've done, you have two options before you, and depending on which choices you would make, it's either going to provide you a resource, and this is how everything is set up in the game. It either says, when you are creating a hazard as the adversary for your players, the option is either we are going to provide them a resource, which could be adding more forces to one of your characters, or it's stopping one of the seals, right? So you're either blocking the activity, or you are trying to build your own pieces up. And then when you fail in those opportunities, the opposite are happening. You either lose pieces and resources, or the adversary gains additional darkness, which is then going to allow them to unlock things earlier. So you are on your way to the Citadel in the Hissing Groves, and the question is, are you going to block? Like, are you going to try to stop the assassins, right? Or are you going to try to gain more information about what the Gaze Eternal is up to?
I'm thinking we gain more. I think we gain more information. I don't want to just block stuff right out of the gate. I think people at home want to see us struggle.
That's always Honest Tom. He's like, oh, I need to find out more stuff.
Yeah, we haven't struggled for the past 10 minutes. We need more.
We need a crowbar to get in there and be gear wise. That's what we did.
Yeah, Crowbar's up front, and I hide behind his massive body.
Look, I object to that characterization.
By massive, I mean big and strong.
I mean, I'm like a piece of bent metal, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I buy that.
I go to Honest Tom. I say, Honest Tom, Switchblade is ready to take the assassins apart piece by piece. Send Switchgrass out. Switchgrass will take them in my bare hands and make sure nothing is left.
Your friend over there scares me.
Ha!
It's very
Nice to
exciting.
see you, Lemons. I have no off switch.
It's very excitable.
All right,
You had me at assassins.
aren't you on Switch? Grass?
Right now, grass is where I am switching.
All right,
Yeah.
after you, boss. We're ready to go whenever you are.
All right. Well, keep your heads, on a swivel. Apparently, there's assassins everywhere. Have you seen any sort of like markings, like that they're headed our direction or anything like that?
Are you so you have decided that your goal is to gain information. You're not necessarily trying to stop the assassins. You're trying to gain information that would increase your resources.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Who are you asking that question to?
Let's ask Switchgrass that.
Ah,
All right. Switchgrass, you have been asked the very important question.
I am nature-wise, great adversary, so I look into the wilds for any heads of assassins I can twist off their necks.
All right. Give me a books roll.
I would love to. I'm a D10. Certainly, I will succeed.
With advantage, you are nature-wise.
And yet, I do not succeed on either roll, great adversary.
You you don't believe that anything strange has done. You definitely prefer the plains, the high grasses of your home, just a few days from here. One of the things that I think is really, if you think about that map of, think of it that map. You think about this map. That one of the things that Justin had said to me early on in our conversations was that this entire world is about the size of Ireland, which is a really interesting way of thinking about this. Like each one of these regions is like a few days walk or a day's ride from the other region, right? Like, so you can get around it at any time. I do like the idea that, it is a giant circle, which is something that we're playing around with. But in this situation, we are, a few days ride outside of this. Are you guys on foot, or are you?
I don't know, Tom. What's our budget for this adventure?
Well, I can ask some. I could probably see if some friends of mine can spare us some horses. I do have friends in low places.
You do.
Low like stables.
I think it's legit to say that you were able to get friends to give you equipment as you set out. So you have whatever you would need. This is pretty normal. You as you were interacting with your friends before you got on the road to the Hissing Groves, they had told you that each of the taverns along the road has a hitching post outside for the horses, and that people mark the hitching post with like hobo sign, like itinerant, so that and they've started to see a new symbol that they had never seen before, which looked like a large circle with a tiny triangle in the middle of it.
Most devious of symbols.
I mean, not the happy big triangle, a little triangle.
I see 9 of these across the land.
So this is we're coming across a cavern currently.
A tavern, not a cavern.
This tavern is huge. I
get my
CVs
mixed up all the time.
Cavernous.
I said cavern. It is a cavern.
Yellow Lemons happens to know a thing or two about these mean streets. So I'm gonna go inside the tavern and get us a table and a drink.
That seems good. You go to the tavern. Are you from around this part? Are you from the west, Yellow Lemons?
No, I am from the north. Yeah. So like, I've got the cold furs and everything to live up in the mountains. And really cool looking fingerless gloves.
Of course. I mean, as a talented thief, there's no way that you could ever put cloth around your fingertips. It would be against everything, that's good about why we play role-playing games, really.
You get kicked out of the Thieves Guild for that.
Yeah. Hey. Your fingers are the fingers in your gloves are too long. You are very keen though. Why don't you give me a books roll with advantage as you scan the environment?
I can do that. I have advantage, and I got a 2.
You see that almost everyone in the tavern just appears to be typical forest folk or farmers and traders, but with their back to the wall, there is a tall man in a blue. It's like a dark navy blue cloak over what appears to be like blackened chainmail.
Okay.
An obvious serious warrior, but their clothing is expensive.
And they're by themselves.
By themselves, and with their back to the corner.
Okay.
Slowly drinking a mug of mead.
I'm gonna get us a table that is sort of catty corner, but I would like it to be sort of adjacent to the main alleyway, so that if this guy bolts, we can like put ourselves in between him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
tables.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get us the table, and I'm gonna clink some coin on the table, and get us a barkeep.
the barkeep brings out mugs of a charming chilled honey mead. It is, delightful on this hot summer's day. With a big smile, he says that we keep our mead cold in a natural cavern that's right underneath. Known throughout the Hissing Groves as the coldest brews.
Interesting. I have a question for you, my good man, and there's a decent tip in it for you if you can answer my questions. What do you say?
I'm gonna need you to give me a hot ticket. Here's a cup reporter. Yellow lemons. Daily Planet. He looks interested.
My friend Tom here. You'll recognize that he is one of the heroes of the Four Kingdoms. Round throughout the land. But we're trying to keep it on the down low, which is why he's got his hood up right now.
How loud are you saying this?
Not loud. I'm matching the like volume of the tavern.
I wasn't sure if you were purposely trying to be like, hey, assassins.
No. We travel on DL is known.
Yeah. And so I'll say, but we're here on one of those covert missions, you see? And I want to know if there's anybody in here that you don't see around too often.
He puts his hands on his large required belly and says, "Oh, yes, we serve ale to so many people. Everyone likes the ale. I mean, but occasionally someone says that they'd like something from far away. That gentleman in the corner, for instance, he didn't want he wanted something from far away. But pretty much everyone else here knows what they want, and I know what they want, and they come in and, oh, look, there's Norm, and we
Norm.
Good, cheers.
He takes your coins and goes to pull a mug for one of the locals that's near the bar.
All right, boys. I
love it when he calls us boys.
I've done my part. I'm gonna
take a nap.
I'm gonna get to schmoozing, and I'm gonna sort of get up, and I'm gonna become as friendly as I can with the people that are not that guy.
Okay. You're buying drinks and clapping backs.
Yeah, kissing babies.
All right, sounds good. What's everybody else?
Take care of something real quick. I'm gonna pop outside the tavern to where the horses are hitched up.
Yeah.
And I'd like to rig it so that you can't actually unrig the horses from where they're tied up.
To all the horses?
I'm assuming you mean not yours?
Not ours, but
okay.
Yeah, pretty much all the other ones, just in case anyone tries to make a quick escape.
All right, so I'm going to want a books roll. You are gear-wise, so this is the kind of thing that gear-wise is for, so you can roll with advantage.
We don't know anything about this guy. We're just making his life really inconvenient for the next, half hour.
I've also tied
like
his
a middle
shoelaces
manager.
together. That's a negatory.
What did you roll?
4 and a 5.
4 to 5, okay. Because it's important, because you could have rolled a 1, and you could have rolled a 6, both of which would have been okay for you in this situation. But a 4 to 5. You most of the you go out to tie the horses up. You have this really clever idea, and you realize that most of the horses here are just just draft animals, right? They're all just sitting around. None of them are tied up, right? It's perfectly normal. They just you jump off Bessie and you leave her there and you come back later. But you do see that in the stable there is a large warhorse. We're talking like it's got shiny brass barding. It's got blinders on, and it is covered in dark blue and gold, or dark blue and brass trappings.
It's back to the wall too.
Yeah, it's wearing eye blinders. It's wearing eye blinders, and but it's being tended to by a young, stable person that is very is obviously taking like really good care of this gigantic horse.
Okay.
Honest Tom.
Once I have my mug of mead, I'm just gonna use. I'm going to very sneakily, stealthily wander around this tavern and just kind of like see if I can overhear things, table to table.
You are quiet, so I'm good for that. Give me a boots roll with advantage. You roll d6.
Roll a 3
times.
And 4.
All right. You spend some time picking up, what you can hear. Most of the gossip is just local. Did you hear what Jack said to Jim? Oh, those guys are idiots.
What?
But you do get a couple of people that said that, they're like, that tall stranger, he's been here. He's been here all week, and I've seen others riding around like him. And then somebody else, you actually hear someone start to say the gaze, and their friend like literally like smacks them. Like, and
Happy Pride, everybody.
all right, what's Switchgrass doing?
I look for the tavern braggarts.
The tavern braggarts.
Who's betting? Who's yelling? Who are the most obnoxious people in the bar?
There are some locals near the hearth that are the hearth is only cooking food right now because it's the middle of summer. So there's some space around it. So these guys are throwing dice in the corner.
I listen for the first time someone makes a claim, and then I will claim that I am twice as good or fast or big or have done more than they have, and I'll laugh very hard. If anyone makes any claims, I'll scoff loudly until I am noticed.
Okay. All right. Some time goes by. What is everyone's plan? So Anatom's trying to gain rumors. Yellow Lemon's trying to make friends. Crowbar, you were trying to screw stuff up with that. When that doesn't work, what do you do?
I think the plan is still to prevent anyone from escaping.
Sabotage this guy's life for a couple of hours.
Yeah. So are you staying outside as a...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Switchgrass, you get into a you get into a very loud contest over who can punch themselves the hardest.
Oh, definitely me.
Yeah.
100%. I can punch myself twice as hard as you can.
You have never seen a punch an old face like Switchgrass can.
like they're slapping themselves in the chest, leaving like hand marks. Like
You call that hand mark? Watch this.
like 11-year-olds.
When that happens,
No, I assure you, whose hands are the hottest? Ha! I win again.
What was that, Tom?
when Switchgrass is very boisterous in his activities, I look at the guy in the corner. I go, "This guy, eh?" Try and buddy up with him.
Yeah. Give me a books roll because you're charming.
So charming. But what about his character?
I rolled a 2 and a key.
Yeah. So you feel like, man, I just slid right in here. This is 100%. You haven't been this suave, every time. Like, this is you 100% are 100. You are the coolest guy in the room right now.
You miladied the shit out of him.
And
Very true. You hear that, Switchgrass? I'm the coolest.
I tip my fedora twice as good as you.
The guy in the corner, he doesn't even recognize, like he doesn't even tip his hat your way. It's just like, yeah, you're
Tom, do we have like we've got to have like a high sign or something for like things are going down, right? So I'm just gonna sort of wait for your signal to do anything now, because like you're sidling over, I'm kind of hanging out, I'm trying to blend in, and I'm just gonna be like, every so often, I'm just gonna like keep you in the corner of my eye.
Okay.
From outside, Crowbar, you hear the galloping of many heavy horses.
The horses are gonna get a smell.
I left my meat in the tavern. I better go in there really quickly.
I have really good at winking as one of my edges.
As the clopping of horse beats comes, you hear the whinnying of the large warhorse, snorting and
Friends,
yeah.
my friends are here.
So as Crowbar is rolling back into the building. Yellow Lemons is staring, waiting for Tom to give a signal. Switchcraft is literally trying to give himself a giant hand hickey. Like the biggest.
Have I not succeeded? I believe I have the edges for that. Hand hickey, just below tough, under, above strong. Hand hickey. Symbol of order, the hand hickey.
Oh my! It's just I've been to this party so many times.
Yeah, this was a lot of college.
Fortunately for me, it was after college. It was just my house being a bunch of places where idiots hung out. That's all.
So we have met before.
Yes. All right, what do you want to do, Tom?
Well, I don't know the horses are coming up yet, so I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you're a real quiet guy, aren't you? You're not from around here, are you?"
So funny.
I like the fact that you went from being super charming to just being Ian. Like you were like,
The power of role playing.
you're not from around here.
Would you like to hear a strange story about my dad?
There was this one time, you get like uncomfortably close to him as you're
Yeah.
as you do that, you see that he under his cloak, his helmet, there is no person.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
just
like-
a helmet.
Like it's hollow inside.
It's like hollow inside, and it pushes you away. Give me a boots roll.
If only you had taken hand hickey as edge.
Ooh, I rolled a 2.
He knocks you to the ground. Take a danger.
Oh no.
For the guy in front of me who I'm playing hand chest hickeys with,
Yeah.
because out of the corner of my eye, I see that shit's going down. And so my genius plan will now commence. And the guy in front of me who I'm currently playing hand hickeys with, I say, "That is not how you hand hickey!" And I bare hand slap him as hard as I can in his chest.
Give me a bones roll.
Can I, Strong, help me with that?
Yes, absolutely.
I succeed twice.
You,
All right, so
you fucking kill this villager.
I let break his
Critical.
ribs.
What are you trying to accomplish?
So I see my role as Switchgrass amongst the great heroes is that I am the loudest and appear the dumbest so that everyone pays attention to me while the sneaky fuckers do their sneaky fuckery. So I'm trying to appear like a drunken lout, and I'm going to try and fight the bar single-handedly so that everyone else is allowed to do their work. So
Okay.
I'm going to start a riot myself.
You're trying to fight the bar, right?
I'm trying to fight the bar.
You crash your hand into this guy. You knock him
Hand
into his
hickey
friend.
you!
You knock him into his friend and into the table. In typical moment of comedy, he like sits on the table and a thing of beer goes up in the air and falls on him. And then someone's like, "I was drinking that." So
Can I? Now that this is like a well-worn team tactic that we've done
Exactly.
before. Yeah. So like, Switchgrass is causing a commotion, and I'm just deadlocked on the guy in the corner. What is he doing?
he is standing.
Just push.
He had just pushed Honest Tom to the ground, and he's standing up, and you see that he's pulling basically a very long dagger, kind of like a horseman's dagger.
Yep.
From that he's wearing at his side. But as he's doing that, you notice that there's no person there. It's just a suit of armor.
I do the symbol that me and Yellow Lemons said that the shit's going down symbol.
The high sign. The to do the thing.
From the ground.
So
do the thing.
yeah. I have a sling.
Okay.
That has like basically like a miniature like addle, right?
Okay.
So it's like a
addle.
yeah, I did. It's like a dart sling.
Yeah.
And I am going to try to like from across the room, but I want to do it so that this person doesn't know that it was me.
Okay.
Ricochet.
Yeah, like I'm gonna, bounce it off of the mantle and then see if I can't like dome this dude.
Oh, spend a star for that.
I would love to.
Spend a spirit to the ricochet attack, right?
Yeah.
You load. Are they darts or stones?
They're darts.
They're darts. Okay.
Yeah.
You load it in. You bounce it off the large glass window. Like you've turned around and you've hit it. And Honest Tom, you see one of Yellow Lemon's brightly colored, yellow feathered, darts bang directly into what would be this guy's face. But there's no face.
Does he react at all?
Yes, it begins to like swat away, but like it does go into the piece, and for a moment, it staggers and it doesn't seem. Crowbar, just as you're coming in the door, You see the yellow going. You see it bouncing around. Like you're the only person that sees where it's going because like you've caught this trajectory before. And give me a books roll at disadvantage.
I got a 2 and a 3.
Oh well. As that's going on, you see the cloaked rider kind of stagger a bit, and when you hear that, there is at almost the exact time there is a noticeable sound difference in the galloping. They go from being in like nearly perfect lockstep to there's a bunch of fumbling noises. There's some horses scraggling and screeching. Yeah.
And as you come in, I've launched this dart, and I'm gonna do my patented like shit has hit the fan whistle, so that everybody here knows that like, all right, like there's a problem right now.
All right, so everyone is very aware. Because normally at this point I would do something to stomp on Honest Tom, but the cloaked figure is just jostled just enough that it's not going to do anything. So it's back to you guys to do something. Crowbar, you are confident that the riders will be here this turn.
So seeing that the usual, play is happening in the tavern.
I go outside for 1 minute.
Yeah. So I am going to also fake riot bar brawl, but I'm throwing chairs and tables by the door. Like,
Oh no.
I missed again. Oh gosh.
You're trapping us in here with them.
Well, I'm trying to keep
Yeah.
reinforcements, but also this now it's a party, and throwing a chair, like sliding a table.
I love the fact that from outside it looks like you're just really bad at this.
Yeah.
Right?
Oops, I missed again. Another one near the door.
Take that, door.
How dare you say that about my mother pushing a table?
The innkeeper, when furniture starts flying, the innkeeper is like, "No, my cabbages! I mean, my inn." The inn's called Cabbages. It's called the Cabbages Inn. Oh no!
That's canon, right? That's part of Dark Tower.
Yeah.
I remember getting that card. Oh, I got the Cabbages Inn, guys.
It was a quest to save the Cabbages Inn. Yeah.
Save Cabbages Inn. Cabbages is the innkeeper's name.
Oh.
It's called Cabbages Inn.
Yeah.
Instead of pears, it's cabbages.
It's cabbages.
So I'm gonna get the DL from Crowbar and like be like, what's going on outside?
I make the many riders are coming gesture.
Oh yeah.
In between throwing chairs.
We have a thieves' cant, but it's very specific.
And it's also not subtle. It's just me going like
a puppet show? Oh, riders. Oh, hey.
No. Puppet show is like the hammer turn the other way.
Oh, yeah, right. I confused them. They're very similar.
Yeah. Oh, three words. Sounds like.
All right, then I am going to go up to the innkeeper. I'm gonna go up to.
You mean cabbages?
Yes, I'm gonna go up to Cabbages.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna say, you said you kept the meat in caves.
Tavernus.
You're so calm and you're so out of left field that he literally like shocks him for a moment, and he's like, "Yeah, the cold cavern's at the base of the hill."
Oh, so that's not connected to this tavern.
Well, I mean,
so is there another way out?
There might be.
I'm gonna pull a dagger on him.
Don't fuck with me, cabbages.
Yes. There's a way out through the cavern. Yes.
Where is it?
Down the stairs in the kitchen.
Okay. I have secured our way out if things go wrong.
So you're telling me this is Cabbage's Cavern Tavern?
I was here coming up with a great plan, and you had to come and ruin it with that.
We've been kind of dancing around it this whole time, you know.
It's true.
The Cavern Tavern of Cabbages. Cabbage's Cavern Tavern.
Cabbage's Tavern.
It's just called Cabbage's Tavern.
Things start to go wrong when you add lemons to cabbage, so
It's true.
I think that's traditional.
So yeah, we gotta beat feet and get out of here.
Oh, I love Beat Feet. Another good game.
So what are you doing, Tom?
I think we should force our way through the exit.
So you're getting up and leaving from where you're at.
Yeah, and I want to say to the other people in the tavern, stuff's happening. We gotta go, and then basically do like fire drill with them out the back, kind of a thing.
Honest Tom, you're being way too honest here. Everybody, free me downstairs! Woo!
So Honest Tom turns around, starts to do. Crowbar yells that there's free mead downstairs, which causes a bunch of people to stop throwing punches. And then Honest Tom, give me a blades roll at disadvantage.
Ooh, a 4 and a 3.
You get stabbed in the back by the large, suit of armor that you just left standing there. You just turned around and were like, I'm just gonna walk away.
Oh, that's right. He's here. It's all coming back to him now.
Take another danger.
All right, Switchgrass, as the tough, you gotta step in. It's time for you to intervene.
Honest Tom, you take a danger, so you're now at 2 danger, and then you're gonna roll a danger check.
So the Cabbage Tavern patron who has charged me because his drink was spilled, I'm gonna whip around to his back and I'm gonna hoist my arms around his midsection and I'm gonna suplex him over the top of my head so that his body crashes into the suit of armor.
Okay. Give me a blades roll.
Sure. Is that like a strong thing? Am I strong when I'm doing that?
I'll give you strong for that.
Okay.
It's not really.
You said blades?
Yeah.
Okay, I succeed once.
You suplex this dude into. Give me an effect roll.
You bet. 10.
Okay, that explodes.
Keep going.
7.
17. You throw this guy and it shatters this suit of armor. It just it falls into a million pieces and they're all over the room and the cloak falls to the ground. And when this guy goes hurling through this empty suit of armor, everyone in the place freaks out.
Ha! That is how you chest hickey. I put my hands like this on my hips.
You are all running for the stairs? Was that what you're doing?
Everyone, free mead!
I want to take a second and look outside to see if the stable boy is still there. Because there was the warhorse.
Everybody else running for the stairs?
Not yet. I kind of last one out. I'm gonna let Lemons do his work.
Okay.
I'm
So
running.
Crowbar and Tom are headed for the stairs.
I'm
Lemons
sticking with Lemons.
Switchgrass is last one outing. Yellow, you see the stable boy.
Mhm.
And he is he's putting a blue cloak on.
So, but is he like he's like a human?
Yes.
He's like a person. All right. Switchgrass, we gotta go do a kidnapping really quick before we go.
All right. I go first, or you?
Whatever. And then I just crashed through a window.
So here's the thing about Switchgrass. You expect me to be big. I'm not. I'm very, very small. I'm just wide. So I'm going to dive through. So I'm imagining this like tower of chairs and tables and refuse that Crowbar is shoved in. I'm just going to like tuck and dive through it and then roll and come up like I'm a circus acrobat. Ha ha! Switchgrass! And then I cold cock the boy in the head.
So you guys are jumping out the window towards the boy.
Yeah, we have to kidnap this guy and get him with us before these riders show up.
We're like the two little pill bugs in Bug's Life where we roll up and go, ha ha!
Ha! I love those guys. Those guys are awesome. The boots rolls, please.
You got it. I got a 1.
3. Yes, I succeed.
1. This is something that a talented thief would do.
Yeah. I'm maybe gonna spend a second spirit. Because I would like to load up my sling with like a powdered ball.
Okay.
And it's got like a very powerful narcotic in it. And I'm just gonna fire the ball so it explodes in his face.
So yeah, spend the spirit.
I do so.
So this is what I've seen in my head. Is that Yellow Lemons turns to Switchgrass, who is a wide but small man.
Yes.
Like all of his people, the plains of Woldra are a short, stacked people.
Yes.
And says, we have to do a kidnapping. And because of that,
no other context,
no other information. You guys have done this before. You run and jump out the window.
Yep.
And Switchgrass immediately follows.
Yep.
Going into like a duck and dive as you land and hit the kid with a narcotic powder.
Yeah.
And Switchgrass just catches him as he falls.
Yeah, it's like some
firemen carry him over my shoulder immediately, like no fuss, no muss. Just
It's like some real, like it's like a John Woo moment.
Yeah.
Where just like dive out the window, shoot the kid, he falls over.
Instead of dubs, it's like a puff of drugs.
John Woo doing Cirque du Soleil.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Cirque du Jean Woo.
Yeah. And then I'm like, all right, down into the caverns. We gotta go.
As you guys are getting back into the building, you see that there are riders that have gotten up, and they all look like the suit of armor. There's 6 of them.
Time to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. All right, so you guys run in, and then you jump to the stairs, and you are headed down. Let us take that moment and take a quick break. I'm going to get a bottle of water. You at home, please come back. We will be back in just a minute. I'm just giving you all that Ian love.
In the time being, enjoy Ian's face.
We're going to be back in just a few minutes. stick around, and we will see what happens to our friends in the cavern underneath Cabbage's Tavern. I realized this is just on, so I better come back as quickly as possible because I didn't pause this. There's no pause. There's no I just pressed an add button. So we're going to run and we'll do a commercial, and then we'll be back in 42 seconds. All right. Our commercial for Mazes, which is currently filling on Kickstarter. People are getting their copies in the mail. There's only a few hundred copies left to go out, and it will be winging its way to retail shops about a week after that. So if you don't have your own copy of Mazes, you can get one very, very soon. All right.
Chris, was that a piece of gum or was that a cheese stick?
This is a
like a string cheese. All right, everybody, we're back.
I'm trying to avoid eating things that my egg gets stuck in my teeth, but also that I can eat on just one side because.
Which grass remembers his one great love, cheese stick. We would ride across the plains together, make beautiful music.
For the buffalo mozzarella.
You have so you know of cheese stick.
Yes, the boof. All right. So let's take a moment and think about
the crimes that we have committed.
Yes, the crimes that Yellow has committed.
Hey,
It was all for the greater good.
I am accessory.
So we barricaded the door here. There's the one cloaked figure on the ground, I guess, or shattered.
No, he's mostly gone.
Shattered into pieces.
I suplex him to nothing. Ha!
And then hit their friends coming up. to wreck stuff.
Yeah, well, just to remind you, boss, we came here to get some information, and we've got some information on Switchgrass's shoulders right now.
Eh?
On the hook, as it were.
Yes.
So let's get him out of here.
Okay.
Or let's get him and us into a safe spot that we can.
You know, one of these times we're going to go to a tavern and have it not result in a kidnapping.
One of these
Today's
times we'll
not
go
that
to
day.
Tavern and they won't have a cavern, but I won't go there.
So, for a demonstrative purposes, I think this is actually really good, right? So, you have gotten this guy, which effectively is a source of information about this. So we're going to just fast forward through the rest of this activity. You guys are planning to get away. You're able to get into the cavern. You run away. You interrogate the spy who was posing as a stable boy to find out that the Gaze Eternal has unleashed a number of his trained assassins. These magically arcano-powered suits of armor that can see, that can spread his gaze and his will wherever he may do, but they're not people,
Right.
and they show up all the place, and so that would be like at our next session, right? Like I would track some pieces down, our information on our sheet, and then you guys now have another choice, right? And that choice is: do you want to try to stop the power source for these monsters, right? Or do you want to do you want to stop the power source, or do you want to stop the person who is building them?
That's your choice, boss. I'm just a do man.
We don't have agency, see?
Well, you always shut off the power before you do anything.
No. You shake the power from the head down, as we do in the plains. Cheese Stick and I would often find the men before they turned on power sources on the plains. She was always so wise. Oh, Cheese Stick! And I start to sing the great ballad of Cheese Stick.
If I remember, Cheese Stick is your horse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm in love with my horse.
Cheese Stick is a riding buffalo.
Got it.
Both.
You remember that quest, right, Brian?
I do.
A form of transit and a source of tasty treats.
Yeah.
Are we a democracy? Because I want to take Cheese Stick and ride her straight into the guy, you know?
Well, you can take Cheese Stick and ride her straight into the power source.
You found out
Yeah,
that
sure.
I'm
amenable.
There's a mine that is producing crystals to power these mecha, or you can go to the Citadel and try to stop the person who made them. So
I mean, they could continue to make suits of armor all they want if they don't move around.
That's true.
In fact, they might just be like, "Oh, look at all this armor we have. Maybe we should, become honest and then open up an armor shop." Done.
Good old honest Tom.
Always thinking people's is honest.
the maker of honesty. I make honest men by taking away their means of evil production. Economics.
I mean, yeah, we happen to have a member of our party who both knows how machines work and is really good in mazes. So, like,
Oh yeah, that's true. What do you think?
One of those two options. Okay, no, I take it back. Both of those two options could be solved by crowbar, but the power source seems like more crowbarable.
crowbar ready.
me get this straight. That is a crowbarable.
Crowbarable. Do you mind if I crowbarrow that a second? I'll give it right back.
Crowbarable. I love
As long as Cheese Stick and I can ride into glorious battle.
So you go to the Hissing Groves, and you have found this mine. You are at the door to the mine. Inside the mine, there is apparently some kind of power, some kind of crystal that is special that is being used to power the Gaze Eternals, arcano-mechanized Gaze Knights.
You said inside the cavern
It's a mine.
or inside the mine?
It's a tavern mine?
No, it's just a mine. It's a crystal mine. It's a mine where they mine crystals.
Okay.
So it's yours, not mine.
It's yours. It's not mine.
It's a mine where they get limes or lemons?
Hey, why is it that dwarves are not allowed to drink alcohol?
I think you need to get yeet to tell
I mean,
For the joke.
It is a yeet joke.
It is a yeet joke.
I need to tell this joke.
Why, Chris? Why?
Because they're miners.
Boo! Into the cavern.
Good one.
Into the mine.
Into the lime mine.
Chris, that was Atlar funny.
Live funny. It's much funnier when Yeet says it. So,
Switchgrass, you're in first, Bruges.
It depends on how much subterfuge our Thomas Honest crew desire. Otherwise, Cheese Stick and I, we get things done, no?
I think I should go in first, because I'm quiet.
you're gonna sneak in.
Yeah.
Give me a boots roll.
Go, Thomas Honest. Let them know what come first.
Thomas Honesty 10, actually.
Thomas Honesting Tom 10.
Oh,
That's really difficult.
It's like falling slowly down a cliff.
Thomas Honesting Tom.
Thomas Honesting Tongue here.
Hey, that's my
on the new
voice.
1920s podcast.
Here we go, Tom Honesting.
I'm here with Yellow's Lemons. And what is it? Carl Winningsley? What's his name?
Ty Whittington.
Ty Whittington.
I haven't even had any drinks. This is just
Ty Whittington's going to tell us all about the pennant.
So, honest Tom, give me a boots roll with advantage because you're quiet.
I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Awesome. You are a 6, right?
I'm a 10, but no.
Only 110 here, buddy.
For those of you at home,
Honest Tom's a smart ass.
Honest Tom is a D6. So you rolled a 3 and a 6.
Yes.
Normally wouldn't be wouldn't normally be a 6. It would be a reinforced. But in this situation, the spies, I'll say that the spies gave you some information that they had figured out that it looked like the opening of this place may have been trapped. So you go into it fully aware and don't have any problems. You stealth into the front of the mine. And in the mine, you come down a long corridor. You're able to just step over all of the tripwires. Like there's a series of tripwires.
Are the rest of the people with me?
No, because you were stealthing ahead.
Okay.
And then you come to the end of the hallway, like opening, and it opens into this large natural cavern. And you see that there are a lot of people milling about in here, kind of drudging, pushing carts, that have these faintly glowing crystals in them, and there are oryx with whips that are keeping the people working.
Where there's a whip, there's
There's
a
no
way.
way. You have to be of a certain age to really appreciate Rankin and Bass Lord of the Rings, but I mean, Frodo of the Nine Fingers and the Ring of Doom lives rent free in my head. Now in yours.
I mean, we're all just sort of outside twiddling our thumbs.
I'm feeding cheese stick like whatever grasses I can find.
That sounded way dirtier than you thought it was. Switch.
Yes, and me, bro.
So I need to make my way back out and then let everybody know this and then point out traps, especially the ones that Switchgrass will have to step over being so short.
It is very easy to navigate through the tripwires. But once you get to the end of this hallway, you don't know how you're going to keep up stealth because it is just like a very large cavern.
How many oryx?
You on a quick count, you see that there's at least 10.
10's a lot. 10 greater than 4.
Usually.
Let us set up an ambush. Come back here. Wait. Draw them out. I smash them with cheese stick.
I don't think you can get a buffalo past those tripwires.
1 foot at a time. She's very talented. That's why I love her.
I wonder if we could do a thing where like we alert them and then get them to chase us.
Yes, ambush.
Through the traps that they set.
That's what I say, ambush.
So real quick, am I able to get my hands on any of that crystal material to check it out?
Yeah, give me a you know what? There's so much of it. It's everywhere. You have no problem getting a couple of them to check out.
Because we know it eventually ends up as a power source. So I'm thinking it's reactive of some kind. So if I can rig something up to make large quantities of it reactive, that at least is a distraction weapon.
So this is a mine, you said, right? The adversary?
Yes.
Are there any big carts, mine carts full of explosive crystals? Like just
Yeah,
being hauled around?
They're like all over being pushed by regular people.
Okay, in that case, Switchgrass is going to lean over to Crowbar, and as Crowbar is clearly explaining what we're going to do, Switchgrass is going to pretend like it was his idea.
Well, Switchgrass, then you can tell us what chemical compound we can use to react to these crystals, since it was your idea.
Ah, so glad you asked, Comrade Crowbar. We will use fire. Either water or fire, the two main elements of all things. Not dirt or love. I don't think love will explode the carts. But we can try.
Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Ignore the Cards.
How I learned to ignore the
How I
bar.
learned to love the Cabbage's Tavern Cavern.
Yeah.
I really was hoping to catch you there, but I think you might be right that it's probably water or fire.
You act like I am a simple fool, but I have the simple wisdom whispered on the wind by Cheese Stick.
It's definitely not water or fire, but you after a little bit of time, checking it out, you notice that
Try love. I lean over his shoulder. Try love.
It's not that easy when you're single and you're out there.
Oh, I
Put your love under one card.
grasp around the shoulders. I am here for you.
the glow
There's still time.
intensifies. The glow literally intensifies as you hold
Love
it.
is working.
So you think if it's just exposed to light, long enough.
So we can like Crowbar. Can we do a small test?
Do you like a Zelda-esque like bounce of light from the what do you
No,
go ahead.
So,
go ahead. What do you
yeah,
think?
yeah. So can I want like a very small piece of this.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna like go outside and I'm gonna wait for it to like look shiny. And then I'm gonna throw it against a tree.
It glows in the dark.
The fact that you, Ian Reed, actually haven't, like, you have both of your eyes is, I think, a pretty amazing.
Just a modern miracle.
Me personally out of character.
Yeah, you personally out of character.
That's fair.
All right, so Crowbar, are you chipping a piece of this off?
Yeah. I'll let Yellow Lemons conduct the experiment.
You give a piece of it to Yellow Lemons. Yellow, you take it outside. As it begins to charge, you notice that the longer you're sitting there, it's getting brighter, and then it starts to like keen, like it starts to like.
That's when I throw it against a tree.
We throw it against the tree, and then
Happy thoughts.
there's this explosion, and it puts a pretty big hole in the tree.
All right,
For
Crowbar,
the rest,
a bigger one.
Lemons walks out the hallway, and then a little bit of time passes, and then you start to hear this very high pitched, but not very loud, but just like, or not high pitch. It's a low pitch, but it's you can hear it, not loud, but you just like hear it in the back. And as you notice, when that sound, everyone in the mine stops and gets real, like everyone freezes as like they're listening. And then there's that explosion, and then like a palpable moment where everyone's just like,
All right.
Very nice.
How big of a crystal can I fit in my sling? And 2 questions. How big of a crystal can I fit in my sling? And
3 questions.
And do I think that I can make a shot from outside to inside?
you don't think that you could get it clear. It's at least 100 feet. So
Okay.
The likelihood of it firing straight down there, a random piece of rock flung out of his sling is just.
That's fair.
Do you think we could smuggle a cart out somehow?
Like we could use a spirit and like pull an item out of our bag.
I want to use a mirror and reflect light down the hallway and hit a cart and have it explode. That's what I want to do. I only have one damn spirit.
Well, now's the time to use it.
All right.
I want to use the spirit.
So this is my pitch, out of character. This is kind of my pitch. What else do we want to do about this before I say, Chris, I'm going to do something bizarre and insane?
Well, so if you can do that,
yeah.
If Tom and Crowbar can sort of like hustle the innocents out to one side, and then we can detonate a minecart full of explosives in a mine.
Yeah.
I'm more on the side of causing the explosion than protecting people from the explosion.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, then Tom and I can hustle people out.
I'm a bit of a hustler.
I like the fact that Crowbar's like, just want to let y'all know.
I have so
I don't
many
really protect people.
This is literally my reason to Etra. Like, I
only throw chairs and piles for no reason and burn things up. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Come here to do 2 things.
Make a pile of chairs.
And cause bubble and throw chairs in the door.
I came here to do 2 things. Crowbar.
Crowbar.
And bar. And I still got plenty of crowbar.
All right, so Tom, as your scrawny yet effective advisor, here's what I think. that whistling makes everyone stop, and I think that's like our chance, right? So as soon as everybody freaks out because there's a giant minecart of whistling explosives in the middle of their work area, we can take out as many of these oryx as we can and then tell everyone to run.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this?
100% on.
All right. Does this sound like our plan?
So you two are going into the mine.
Yes, we're going to be inside the mine when this explosion happens, which when you say it like that sounds like a not great idea, but...
I'm just asking, just want to know, Switchgrass and Crowbar, where are you going to be?
That's a great question. Crowbar, what's your plan? And then I will act accordingly. Because
I
I'm
think
probably going to be at the forefront. Me and Cheese Stick going to get shit done.
I think, man, you and Cheese Stick make the most sense to kind of be in between where I'm
Exactly.
rigging up the
Yes.
mirrors and whatnot. And so yeah, I'm going along the entrance to the mine, trying to reflect the light down, setting up the next relay, avoiding the trap, projecting.
Right, so Crowbar, you need to spend a spirit, because
Sure.
this is definitely what you do.
Yep.
You're setting that up. Switchgrass, you are in the. You and the buffalo are like in the.
Before me and my buffalo, Lemon and Tom, are you saving people? What is your primary objective? Just really
We're
quickly.
gonna wreck stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Do you want
We
me to
have
go first, or do you want me to go second? Do you want me to like cover your backs, or do you want me to go in first?
Well, so a couple of things are gonna happen
Yes.
in rapid succession.
Yes.
Stuff is gonna start whistling, and people are gonna freak out.
Yes.
That's when we're gonna start the fight, and basically, I think your job is to make sure that nobody gets to crowbar while that is happening.
Great. I'll watch your backs.
Great.
All right. Crowbar spends the spirit. Yellow Lemon's honest Tom. You are waiting to see.
Is there a way for me to get up high? Can I like climb onto a stalactite or something?
And the spirit.
There's what do you call it? There's
Scaffolding.
scaffolding. It's a mine.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up on a piece of scaffolding. I'm gonna do it as quietly as I can.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that because I have quiet?
Well, you don't have a sling.
Shut up.
Oh, that's true.
Well, you can shut up.
My thing is being far away from everyone when the shit gets started.
Right.
Never a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, and so honest Tom, you are standing on the ground. You see the light goonie its way down the hallway, and you just like pushed a cart in front of it, and so the light is hitting the crystals, and the crystals are starting to glow, and the crystals are starting to they're glowing, they're intensifies, and then. And when the wong starts, everyone stops and is like basically frozen in place.
I would like to spend one of my 2 remaining spirit. And I would like to line up a shot where I can just like shoot a dart through as many, like basically wait until the shot is lined up to where there's like 2 or 3 oryx that are walking past, and then like just fucking hit all of them through the head.
I think you're asking a lot of a.
One
It's
measly little
a
skillet.
big metal dart.
It's magic.
Give me a blades roll.
Yeah. Happy to. That is a 4.
You and give me an effect roll.
And that's just my D4 again?
Yep.
That is another 4.
That explodes. So roll again.
That is another 4.
It still explodes. Roll it again.
2, so 10.
So I'll give it to you because it exploded so many times. You set your sling up, and the orcs have like looked over, because they're like trying, without moving too much, they're trying to like figure out where the humming is coming from. And then there's another whistling that comes over the sound of the thrum, and it's like it like pops through one of the orcs' eye, and it goes through and it hits the next one in the line behind it, and they both fall over. And when they fall over, there's a shout, and the other orcs like raise up, and now they're starting to look around.
And then I'm gonna do our the sign that Honest Tom and I both know, which is the battle whistle. It's like a hummingbird whistle. Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. You nailed it.
Nailed it. All right, Honest Tom, what do you do?
I do what I'm supposed to do. Okay, which was am I pushing the cart?
No, you're herding people out.
Oh, herding people out. Okay.
Good. It's good to know who's the hero here.
Like, spend the thing, whatever the thing is. Spend it. Do it. Do the thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna usher people out.
Honest Tom's a delegator.
Middle management time.
I'm just a clipboard holder.
You start to yell, and the people are like, "We can't. You got to stay still. If we make too much noise, it could cause everything to blow up."
What?
Great. 10 out of 10. Huh? That sucks.
Heroes.
The orcs come charging at Honest Tom, as the people, are like now like trying to like run away from Honest Tom.
Good, you fucking nailed it, my dude.
And,
Get back here! I'm the hero.
And the light in the crystals. The crystals start to they really start to get up to speed, and then there's an explosion, and you start to hear it echo down the cavern, because as it blows, you start to hear other crystals start to.
We thought it was just light, but it was light and sound.
or the massive light of the explosion that is supercharging all of the. As we learned from playing with black lights, just like hitting a little black light on a piece supercharges it. It's like beep boop. The crystals are now. This entire place is about to go up. The orcs are running at Honest Tom.
I start running out the cave.
Give me.
I hoist you on cheese stick and we ride.
Okay. Switchgrass, give me a bones roll.
I'd love to. That is a success.
You throw Honest Tom onto the buffalo, and you all go charging down the corridor, setting off all of the traps as you go. Like you're just hitting that. You're just hitting.
Well done, cheese stick.
And as you're going, it's like they're there's like blades, or there's a crossbow bolts shooting like choo choo choo. Yellow lemons. What are you doing? You're on top of a.
Yeah, this shit has gone bad, real bad, real
red
fast.
Lemons, yellow lemons.
Are these explosions big enough that I can like reasonably assume that we got all of them?
You feel very confident that this entire mine is going to collapse in on itself.
All right, then I'm getting the friends out.
You're getting the friends out?
Yeah, I'm getting the friends out of here.
You're using friends as a euphemism, not as a
yes. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I didn't say something. We're gonna get the friend out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna get the friend out of here.
Give me a boots roll at disadvantage.
I got a 2, and then I got another 2.
You run right into the Oryx, so you're gonna take a danger.
Dag.
You're gonna take a danger from running into the Oryx, and then you're gonna take a danger from the
I'm
fact
gonna take two danger, double danger.
You're taking a danger, and then you're gonna take a danger, like basically on my turn, because you're trapped in this mine.
Got it. Do I need to make a roll for danger?
Yeah, you're gonna make a roll for danger. So at 1, you can roll it because there's a chance that you might clear, right?
Yeah. Well, the first one I got was a 3, so I didn't clear. Do you remember how cool that roll was the last time when I killed a bunch of Oryx? I got a 1.
So we're going to actually roll on what we call Death's Door. We're knocking on Death's Door, which is great. Awesome, fun stuff. Everyone loves it.
Sing the Ballad of Yellow Lemons back at the tavern.
The Dark Tower. Again, we're back to this really great TV of Chris looking through, looking for character sheets. Yeah, there we go.
There's a. While this is happening, y'all are outside. The mine is exploding. Yellow Lemons is in combat with some Oryx. There's like a montage of all of the good times that you've had with Yellow Lemons. the kidnapping that we just did.
It's really just like the last day.
Yeah, just
all the
really,
montage is really the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
All right, Yellow Lemons, give me a roll. This is it's called the Tower's Call.
I got a 3.
3. You are shook. So you take what's a condition called marked. So there's no conditions in this, but there are corruptions. So you're actually going to get a corruption, from this. So when we leave this, you would gain a corruption, and on your next turn, you would have to figure out if you would still survive. So but as it stands like this, Crowbar, you're watching as a buffalo with your friends on it comes tearing out of the mine. There's explosion pieces coming from behind it. And then
with some of your friends on it. Let's be
some
clear
of your friends on it.
I thought Yellow Lemons was with you.
And as they're running, you just see the crossbow bolts like shooting across the. They come bashing out, and then you start to see in the distance. You see some people fleeing out of what appears to be like a shaft, another mine shaft. A small mine shaft, as the entire mine begins to explode and fall in on itself.
So our work here is done. Perfect as always.
Done and done.
We're not forgetting anything, are we?
So from like a rules perspective, so people understand like some of the stuff that we were doing, like when Yellow Lemons went down, that would have given another piece to opening a seal, but then I would have to I'd have to close one of these seals, which is the actual piece. In fact, I should be able to do this. Share this.
Screen share.
Oh, yeah, look at that. There we go. So this is an example of the adversary screen. So one of these seals would have been like the Mines of Power. And so that seal would now have been done. So I probably would have spent the extra points on trying to open the tower. So you always have the thing. So even if you lose your seals, you always have the ability to throw them into the tower. And then here above the seals, there is this danger symbol. So this is where the adversary information of they themselves are. And then over here is where we can put our foes. And here at the bottom is that little chart that we just rolled on the tower's call. So still actually working on a couple of pieces here, but almost all together. This would have been one. The expectation in a group of 4 people is that we would play 5 sessions. That would be the expectation. So that everyone has an opportunity if they want to be the primary hero. But it could be more than that. It could be less than that, depending on how they're going. The real goal is once I filled in all 12 of these on the tower, that we've reached the piece, and that we'll have that extra session. And that extra session is the actual siege of the tower. So,
And in that one, in the last session, does everybody play their hero?
everyone plays their hero.
That's cool.
And you all have your companions to do other stuff, right?
Sure.
And effectively you are using your forces as your as basically hit points.
Sure.
As reminiscent of how the actual board game works.
Yep.
Where
Yep.
I have to have enough warriors in order to go fight the tower, but depending, it doesn't really matter what kind of pieces you're going to do different things. Our expectation is, again, like I said, most people are going to probably play this with groups of 3 to 5. So you'd be looking at, 4 to 6 sessions, maybe 7 or 8, if people want to do some extra things, or if they're not used to playing at the speed that we were playing. Like for me, I think if we did one other scene, that would be like a typical home. What we did tonight would be like a typical home night, which would be generating 3 or 4 pieces that would be going here. One of the things I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to use something like this to create a thing for more improvisational style mazes, is this idea of just like the foes laid out, which is just here on the foes pieces, you just put some edges to the foes, and you have a selection of them at different sizes, so that you can just have something ready to go. Because for a lot of people that's difficult, and we've learned over time that it really doesn't have to be. You want some most of the differences that come in mazes hazards are based on your edge, not really on those hard numbers of danger and hearts. So I hope that it seemed like everybody was having a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
I died.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just a hit point. You're not a person with
That's
thoughts
true.
and feelings. You're just Honest Tom's hit point.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just Honest Tom's hit points. Is a very weird version of Fight Club.
I am Honest Tom's hit point.
I am Honest Tom's hit points.
Also, Cabbage's Tavern.
Cabbage's Tavern is definitely coming back. That's
We're just reading straight out of Return to Dark Tower.
Right out of the lore.
We do. We've got that expansion coming up in July, and maybe we'll add some new quests in for Cabbage.
The treasure can be the mead of cabbage.
Cabbage's mead.
Cabbage, honey mead from Cabbage's Tavern.
Tavern.
Down in the cavern. It's a dungeon, but that's a tavern that you just can't ever get out of.
Oh, very good.
Well, that was super fun. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you at home for watching. There's been a bunch of activity and super fun. Really enjoying all of this time together. And thank you, and good night.